last one.
You know what? Can I do like 1.5 more? Is that right?
Yes!
For sure.
So here's my half.
Look at that queer right there.
I
love you, Leia.
Perform at the Black graduation at University of California, San Diego last spring, and they were the first school to ever offer to like pay me for a performance, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And since then, like about 2 years ago, I started doing poetry professionally. Like that's what I do. Like I travel and I perform at colleges. So when they asked me to do the Black graduation, a few of the students who were at like my first performance were actually graduating. So I felt like I needed to write something specifically for that class, but I feel like it applies to a lot of different people. Here it goes. Someday you will throw a penny inside of a wishing well. It'll choke because your dreams are just too big for it to swallow. See, when the wind disagrees with your voice, when the walls laugh, when the trees make jokes, when the floor questions your footsteps, know that the truth is a drum machine inside of a house that was built behind your ribs. Your heart is an ocean full of possibilities, and it beats like a song called Right Here, Right Now. Take ownership of your choices, because sometimes that's all we have left to hold on to. I dare you to be more than just another paycheck. I dare you to be more than an empty desk in a crowded room, more than a Xerox copy of an article that you didn't want to read for a class you never wanted to take. I dare you to be more than a Scantron sheet waiting for answers. Be the pen. Be the pen that writes our history. Be the ink that refuses to be erased. And when this world stands in front of you, all daunting and scary, I want you to stare right into its eyes and say, I've been waiting for you. And I'm ready. Say it like you mean it. Somewhere out there, there's a cape and a pair of spandex with your name on it.
Yeah.
This world needs a hero like you. Thank you. So this is my last poem. Thank you so much for having me. This event is it's a phenomenal event. We had the opportunity to do it a few months back, and I was definitely looking forward to doing that again. So thank you for having me. Thank you guys. So, also, like I have CDs for sale. So if you'd like to purchase a CD with some of my work on it, it's $10. You can see me afterwards. I also take debit. Businessman. I gotta pay back student loans. Sally Mae called me yesterday. All right, so. To the girl who works at Starbucks down the street from my house on Delmar Heights Road, swear to God, I'm not a stalker. That's the entire title. When I asked you for a chai latte, what I meant to say was I was walking past, I saw you in the window. To be honest, I came in here because I had to know what your voice sounded like. And instead of saying that, I got really nervous and ordered the first thing on the menu. Honestly, I don't even know what chai is. Or a latte. I imagine that when God made you, you probably cussed for the first time. But he turned to an angel, gave him a high five, and said, damn, I'm good. You were that beautiful. I spent the last 5 days trying to figure out how I'm going to introduce myself to you properly. Finally figured it out. It's going to be something like, I was born on July 27th. I hear that makes me a Leo. I don't know what that means. I'm 5'6" and a half. I weigh 145 pounds. I don't know how to swim, and I'm a sucker for a girl with a nice smile and clean sneakers. I'm still learning how to whisper. I'm often loud in places where I should be quiet. I'm often quiet in places where I should be loud. I was born feet first, and I've been backwards ever since. I like ginger ale. A lot. I've been told that I give really bad hugs. People say that it feels like I'm trying to escape. Sometimes it's because I am. Secretly, I get really nervous every time someone gets close enough to hear me breathe. I have this odd fascination with things like sandcastles and ice sculptures. I assume it's because I usually find myself dedicating time to things that will only last a few moments. That's also why I tend I tend to fall in love with women who will never love me back. I know it sounds crazy, but it's actually much easier than it seems. And to be honest, I think it's safer that way. Relationships, they often remind me that I'm not afraid of heights or falling, but I'm scared of what's going to happen the moment that my body hits the ground. I'm clumsy. Yesterday, I tripped over my self-esteem. I landed on my pride, and it shattered like an iPhone with a broken face. Now, I can't even tell who's trying to give me a compliment. I've never been in the military, but I have this Purple Heart. I got it from beating myself up over things I can't fix. Some days, I wish I was invisible. Other days, I'm afraid of disappearing. Hi, my name is Rudy. I enjoy frozen yogurt, people watching and laughing for absolutely no reason at all, but I don't allow myself to cry as often as I need to. I have solar-powered confidence, a battery-operated smile. My hobbies include editing my life story, hiding behind metaphors, and trying to convince my shadow that I'm someone worth following. I don't know much. But I do know this. I know that heaven is full of music. I know that God listens to my heartbeat on his iPod. It reminds him, we still got work to do. Thank you. That's my time.
Yeah, I love it. Give it up for Rudy Francisco, everybody.